How's it, everybody, and welcome to Unzipped Methodically Messy. So, have you ever come to the place in your life of desperation? Well, let me tell you this story. My boys and I are driving back from Ford, Kansas, visiting some friends, and we're driving back to Broken Arrow. So it's about a 5-hour drive, right at 5 hours to our house. And about 2 hours in, there's a gas station at McDonald's and gas station as you pass Stillwater. And nobody had to use the restroom, so we kept on driving. About an hour and a half later, I'm driving it. And you know when you start driving and you start doing, oh. And you're like, oh no, yeah, I could do it. 2 hours in, I'm like, oh. And then my truck starts acting up and I'm like, oh no. So I pull on the side of the highway, right? This is a highway going between different states. Across Oklahoma, and we're on this highway. It's me and my two boys in this truck, single cab truck. They're about third and fifth grade, fourth and sixth. I think it was third and fifth. They're younger. And so I pull on the side. Next, I turn off my truck by mistake, and then it doesn't turn back on because my fuel filter is clogged, and that's what was causing the problems. We're an hour and a half from home now, and I'm thinking, oh no, what am I gonna do? So I called a bunch of tow trucks trying to find out who would come pick us up and also drive us. So everybody said it was against their policies and so forth. We finally talked to one driver. He picked up the phone instead of dispatch. And I said, man, I'm desperate, man. I need to get home. I'm still an hour and a half away. It's a 5-hour drive. We're here now. It's about 4 hours because we're on the side of the road. And I just got to get my two boys home, So he agrees and comes picks us up. Well, while he's coming to pick us up, he's about 45 minutes away. Go add up the time. That means it's going to be about 7 hours or so, right? Because we're already on the side of the road. Now I'm sitting there like, oh. And I finally look at my boys, Paul, give me a shirt. So I got Paul a shirt. I jumped outside the truck with the cars flying by and the trucks flying by right on the highway. I didn't even go in the bushes. I went right on the cement and just used this shirt to clean myself. That to me was desperation. Well, I was pretty desperate at the time. Just saying desperate. Desperate measures for desperate occasions or something. I don't know what the heck it is, but you get what I'm saying, right? So I was desperate at the time. All of us has been desperate sometime. Desperate for an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. Desperate to make it, graduate high school. Desperate to make it to college. We get points in our life that there's levels of desperation. And yet there's other levels of desperation. So I'm talking about those levels. When you see a person that is so desperate to beg you for money, and they reek like nobody's business, or you see these people that are homeless, instead of saying, look at those homeless, right? Because I know people that I truly love say those things. And I've said those things before, it's not right, These people are desperate. These people are in need. I remember the day I was stepping into homelessness. Man, there's a desperation that you reach because you're stepping into unknowingness. Just what's going to happen, right? So I called up my brother-in-law from Arkansas and called him. He was in Oklahoma. And I said, I need help. And he says, all right, come on over. He's 2 hours away. I said, all right. He says, you need help? I said, I'll get there. I have a truck. I'll get there. had no gas money, didn't have things, you know. And so I stopped at a gas station. And I was at a point of desperation, asking for money. And this young girl, teenager, I think she's high schooler, working at this gas station. And she comes out there and she says, "Sir, you all right?" And she looked in my eyes. I just said, "I'm just trying to get help. I have a 2-hour drive and I'm just trying to get help." She asked me what kind of cigarettes I smoked. I said something, I don't know what it was. She came back out to the truck and I was still like looking at people like, are they gonna help me? And this little girl that should have been afraid of me, I didn't look right. She came out with a pack of cigarettes and said, "All right, go ahead and fill up your truck." She put like $40. So it almost filled it up. She said, "That should take you, right?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "Are you sure? Because I'll fill it up more." I said, "No, I'll make it." She seen desperation and she seen a need. Every one of us sees desperation and need. When you encounter somebody that is in true desperation and need, I encourage you, step out of your shell. Do things safely, but step out of your shell and just say, "Hello, how can I help you?" You'd be amazed. You see, it lifts off a person's shoulders. You can be that person. I love you guys. I appreciate you watching. I've got a minute and so over. I apologize for that. But today is a happy day. I just wanted to share the need. Love you guys. Aloha.